How many of us here do just things blindly following because my dad said, because my mum said, because my family does this, because my culture does this, because my tradition does this? How many of us just blindly follow? I think everyone does. We hear this word in Bangla, itafarena, but we never question as to why. I'll give you a very common example. Right, no kartofarena. So, like last 40, 50 years, everyone's heard that, but nobody's ever questioned it. Why? Why is that? So when you ask, the answer you get is, once upon a time, 40, 50 years ago, when there were lack of electricity, when Bangladesh wasn't developed, there was no electricity. When when people were poor, they used to have to use a lantern. So one lantern amongst the family. Now if you're going to cut your nails, and they never had nail cutters, by the way, they would use knives, blades. I'm sure many of you here that probably use these. And da, you know what da is? Like a machete, They would use that to cut their nails, and they were brave. That's what made them men, not many of us, subhanAllah, in this day and age. But if you cut that in the dark, the chances are you're going to cut your finger. And for that very reason, they were so strict that they put the ruling that it is prohibited, it is forbidden to cut your nails at night. That was the reason. Not that Islam says you're not allowed to. But what happens? We blindly follow. And I'm going to give you maybe 2 examples that are going to relate to us a bit later on, inshallah. But Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, what did he do? He said, and the Quran mentioned this, إِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ مَا هَذِهِ التَّمَاثِيرُ الَّتِي أَنْتُمْ لَهَا عَاكِفُونَ. These idols, he said to his family, his people, he said to everyone, these idols that you're worshipping, that you're so devoted to, what are they?